What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, I wanna take a listen to a conversation that Dwight Howard had with Kenny Smith, right? And so Kenny Smith had a question about Steph Curry Dwight Howard had a question about Steph Curry being a better offensive ball player than Michael Jordan. And I wanna go to the and listen to what Kenny Smith said, his what Kenny Smith's reaction was to Dwight Howard's question.
Say that he's a better scorer than Michael Jordan. That's reckless.
No, what? Tell the truth. What did I say?
Hey man, why don't you bring the green room private conversation? Because that's a
I asked
basketball
the
question.
question.
To be fair,
I said offensively, is Steph better offensively than Michael Jordan?
And my answer is not no, but hell no, because the one thing that Michael had to play against was physical contact.
Okay, but
So if Michael Jordan, there was no hand checking, he would average about 45 points.
And he averaged over, he does like 38 one year.
And shot over 50%.
just because Steph didn't play back when those rules.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Steph would still be a great player, possibly. But I'm saying I know what he would be in this era because
Michael would be better.
you could grab him then. You could hold him then.
We
You
can't
couldn't
control
hold
the
him.
errors that we played.
Right. So he averaged 38 in the era you could actually grab him. So now and hold him. You say that he's a better.
Okay. So there you have it. Like, so Dwight Howard's question was, is Steph Curry a better offensive ball player, right? And for somebody like me, I mean, and I'm a Jordan fan, but I just don't think that I don't understand the question. I don't see how like Dwight Howard can play in the league for so long and think that Steph Curry is is anywhere close offensively as Michael, was. Not even the physical part of it. I mean, like the fact that like what Kenny Smith said, like you could hold back then, and Mike still 1 year averaged like 38 points in a league where you can hold people, grab people, hand check. You can hand check. Hand checking was legal, and so Mike still averaged 38 points. In that era. So I just, and like I said, in my opinion, I don't see how Dwight Howard can even put him close to that. Now, I think that like in this era, Mike would definitely probably average like 40 something points a game. Most people think he would average like about 45 points a game in today's era. Um, Now, with Steph Curry, I don't know what Steph Curry's average is, but I doubt that his average would, like, if you put him in the 90s and the early 2000s, or let's just say the 90s when Mike played. When Mike was at his peak in the 90s. I know that Steph Curry's average, in my opinion, I don't think Steph Curry's average would go up. I think it would go down. I mean, they hand checking. It was just so much more physical. And Steph Curry, in my opinion, is like more of a finesse. Now he bulked up. He lift weights, and he take care of himself and everything. And he bulked up, but no way Steph Curry would be able to do the things back then that he's doing now. And you had a lot of guys. You had guys who could shoot back then. People didn't shoot from the three as much because, they just shot the three when they needed it. But that don't mean that they weren't capable of shooting the threes. It just like that. The game wasn't played like that then. So, you had a lot of Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, just to name two, but you had a lot of guys who could shoot, but they just didn't shoot as many threes back then because the game was played inside out back then. And, most of and everybody wanted to get the best shot that they could get. And most of the time that was like a mid-range, or people trying to get as close to the basket basically as they could. Layups, mid-range, anything in the key. But not the three-pointer. A lot of times, they shot three-pointers when they needed it. But as far as like anything that I would like, any only advantage I would give Steph Curry is he's a much better, probably a better shooter, much better shooter than Michael Jordan. But everything else, it's just everything else is just a big gap between Michael Jordan and Steph Curry. And sometimes I'm surprised by how much it seems like how much like some basketball players, like today's basketball players, really don't know the game. Like I don't understand, like that question to me just don't. It just seems like I don't know how you can see if Steph Curry is even better than Michael Jordan, a much better scorer. No way, no way. It's not even close. Um, and just like Kenny Smith said, like he said, the question was reckless, and that's basically the way I feel about it. Like the question is reckless, and I'm surprised that, like I said, you have a professional basketball player asking such a reckless question. Comparing Steph Curry offensively to Michael Jordan offensively. Mike just had just so many just facets to his game, and things that Steph Curry can't do. Number one, you know, Mike low post game um was definitely, no contest. Steph Curry is I won't say he's not big enough to have a low post game, because I know that Sam Cassell had got a pretty good low post game. But Mike posted up, and got a lot of easy shots. Mike, was good going to the basket, better going to the basket than Steph Curry, because of he's much bigger. Mike was faster, could jump higher. Um, I just, to me, I agree with Kenny Smith. Like this question is basically, um, it's just reckless, in my opinion. And so that's my take on it. Let me know how you feel, though. Do you think that like Dwight Howard asked a legitimate question, or do you agree with me and Kenny Smith? Like that question is basically reckless. Um, yeah. So make sure to like and subscribe. Um, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.